What is anxiety? What is anxiety?
It's like when you get really, really scared and your heart kind of like jumps out of
Your chest and your stomach kind of falls out of your body, and you feel like you're gonna fall out of a waterfall or something, and you're just really, really terrified. You don't know what's going on.
and you can't breathe.
Anxiety is...
So what is anxiety? Anxiety refers to how nervous, stressed, or worried you feel. Whether it's in academic situations, like taking a test, or speaking up in class, anxiety makes you feel negatively about the outcome. Your stomach kind of hurts, like when you're constipated, or the opposite? What does it feel like when you're anxious?
You can't really breathe. So.
There's like a billion things going on in my head at once, and I just want to eat tacos.
Well, the physiological response is sometimes compared to a sense of inner turmoil.
Anxiety makes most people feel nervous. People often don't feel in control of their emotions when they're anxious. It's hard to concentrate under anxiety. If you're nervous about a test for a chemistry class, it's difficult to concentrate while studying, and therefore harder to understand what it is you're studying for. What causes anxiety?
Anxiety is caused by a rush of epinephrine, norepinephrine, and cortisol, and is often associated with lack of sleep or preparation.
The truth is, true anxiety is only caused by the person's perception of the situation. For example, if you have an exam the next day and you begin thinking you won't pass, the anxiety is caused by the belief that you won't pass the exam, not by the exam itself. How do you cope with anxiety?
I draw.
I go home and I take a nap.
What if you can't go home and you get an anxiety attack?
How do you cope with anxiety?
Wait, you mean there's ways to cope with it?
The first step to coping with anxiety is simply awareness. Developing awareness involves turning all of your negative beliefs about a specific situation and turning them into positive beliefs and thoughts, even if it feels like your world may be falling apart. Here are some coping strategies.
Thought stopping is a process in which we take control when negative thoughts begin to come to our minds. As soon as these negative thoughts start forming in our minds, we have to mentally yell "stop." It sounds too simple to work, but the most difficult part is catching ourselves becoming anxious. This is why it is important to monitor what we are thinking and feeling, so as to become aware of our anxiety.
Another coping strategy is simply breathing. Anxiety makes your heart beat faster, makes you sweat, and makes you feel sick to your stomach. By controlling or remembering to breathe, you are reducing these symptoms and lowering your anxiety. Take a moment to inhale and exhale slowly. Do this several times to help you calm down.
Writing in a journal is extremely helpful for expressing your negative emotions, fears, and concerns. Often by getting them down on paper, you can think about them in a clearer way. Try to write in a journal weekly. Take a look at the anxiety journal starter that goes along with this workshop. Use this as a guide to write about how you're feeling and how those feelings are affecting your actions.
It's only been a week.